I grabbed a couple of new Milwaukee M12 Fuel tools off of Home Depot during all the Black Friday sales and daily deals, and I just thought I'd give you a quick first look at them all. I'll be doing reviews, as I use them for a while, but for now, I did grab a M12 Fuel Drill, M12 Fuel Driver, and a stapler, actually, that shoots the standard T50 type staples, and I did get a 6 amp hour battery with one and 2 amps with the other. Now the stapler, I actually got wound up with 2 of them because it was such a good deal, so I'm going to sell one on Craigslist, but I'm just going to give you an idea what they look like. Now this is the M12 drill. It's a hammer drill, and it's actually quite a torquey little drill for 12 volts, and it's compact. You can see I was looking for just some new compact bench tools, and I decided, seeing how I'm switching over to all Milwaukee eventually, I'd try the M12 also. And it the grip, it's not the most comfortable in the world, but it's actually lightweight. Came with a 2 amp hour battery and a battery charger, which I don't need, and I also got a 6 amp hour battery with the staplers. That makes it a little bit bigger and heavier though, so I'm not sure how often I'd use that one. But then there's a mating M12 Fuel Driver here. It's got the 1/4 inch hex driver on it, and this thing's really nice and lightweight. Handle's a little bit funky feeling, a little bit bigger. And that one came with a 2 amp hour battery also. Now these are, like on sale for half price or something on Home Depot for Black Friday. So I decided to try some, and this actually has a 3-speed and a actual tapping screw setting on it. And you can see it's, it's really compact, and came with a charger also. And these staplers, I got 2 of them along with a 6 amp battery for like $150 as the deal of the day once on Home Depot. So I grabbed them, and I'm going to sell one on Craigslist and keep the other one. And it's actually best with the 2 amp hour battery also. It's light, well balanced and everything. So I'm just going to, show you. It uses the standard T50 staples, and those are like the 9/16 ones, the longest ones you can use in it. Easy to load. It's just like a power staple gun. It does work good. And these are my old Makita drill and driver that I'm replacing. I'm having trouble with the batteries again. For some reason, I've never had much luck with these little Makita 18-volt batteries. So I decided rather than buy new batteries, I'm going to just invest in the new Milwaukee tools and sell those old ones on Craigslist eventually. And this is the driver. You can see I'm reading the batteries. They just won't take a charge. They die, and that's it. And then you throw them away. You can see this driver is actually a little bit lighter, but it's really way more powerful too. So this one's going to be good for doing like the Craig screws and stuff that I do. So these will be my bench tools. And there's a power indicator on there. You can tell how much power is in the battery. There's nothing on these M12 batteries. And the 2 kits did come in a Milwaukee soft-sided case. It's really not durable enough for a tool like that, though. I don't think so. I'll probably just use these for something else because they're a real nice zippered up case. And I'll use them for something that's a little more fragile and won't get as beat up. So let's just take the driver first, and the 1/4 inch bits fit right in there, and they're really easy to put in. They just slide in, then you have to pull the ring to get them out. Now I did grab a bit that's kind of beat up on the end, so you hear it slip a little bit. But handles, these are 2.5 inch Craig type screws. These are the armor screws, so they've got the collar on them. And it handles them well, no problem. And that's, probably the biggest I'll be driving with it. So that, that's going through with each speed, the first and the second speeds. Then I'm going to go back down to the low speed. And at that speed, it doesn't go too fast at the end, but it does drive the 2.5 inch fully. And that'll be good for when I'm using the pocket hole screws, because sometimes you'll strip them out if you have too much force on it. It'll tear them right out. So this should be really good with that, low speed on it. It's really nice and lightweight. The grip I'm still having trouble with. It's not really comfortable, and I'll show you that in a second. And here I am using it left-handed. At first I showed it right-handed. And you see I have trouble with the reversing switch sticking out, making me put my finger out there. But these are the short screws that I use mostly, and it drives them no problem. It's really, nice, comfortable, and pretty much balanced. And it does have, for a little guy, it does have a lot of torque. But like I said, the problem is when you're left-handed and you want to go forward, you push that switch through, your hand registers up high like that, so it's in the way and it rubs on the side of your finger when things start going. So this really is, kind of made for a right-handed user. And actually every battery-powered drill I've had so far just about has had the exact same thing, where when you're left-handed, you have to suffer with that. It would be nice. It did come with a belt clip too, but I took that off because I'm just going to use it on the bench, and you can put that on either side. And both the drill and the driver came with that. So I put a sharper bit in there just to show you that. No problem with these long screws. It probably will drive them all day long too. And here's a 3-inch construction screw, which basically is the longest I've ever used anyway. And you can see it does, make a little noise, pound a little bit putting them in, but no problem. So for 12 volts, it does have a, a nice amount of power to it. And this guy here, I picked up. I got such a good deal on them. Like I said, I'm going to sell the other one on Craigslist, but I wanted a stapler for doing upholstery work and some screening and stuff like that. I have a pneumatic old Harbor Freight one, but that one's starting to misfire. It's got problems. And I have a hand one, but with arthritis in the joints, that gets hard to use. So I grabbed one of these, and you can see it's got select fire, or you can just, rapid fire it. It's got an adjustment for staple length to, set the pressure on it. So I've got the longest staple in it now, and I've got it pretty much screwed all the way down. And it's, it's really nice. It works good. It's got the gauge for the battery on it also. And, we'll get to see how this works over time. But I really do like that. It's comfortable to use, not too heavy, and works good. And most of the stapling I do is upholstery on chairs and stuff like that. For a screen wire. And, this is some plywood that I'd be putting it into for a seat base. And no problem with the real long staples. They go right through it. Everything sets flush. So, that one looks like it's going to be a real good one. And this is the little drill. It's M12 Fuel. I do like the chuck on it. It's got a nice little lock when it goes in. It's actually a hammer drill, too, for the size of it. And it's got screw settings on it, too. So I'm just going to put 1.5 one of these spade bits on, which is pretty tough on the drill. And just run it through. Yeah, that was low speed. Looks like it'll drive it at high speed. You can see it's no real problem with power. It's doing a good job for a little drill. You really have to hold on to it too. It does have quite a bit of torque. And these 1.5 bits do hang up a little bit, you can see. And then if it really hangs up, throw it on low speed like that, and it'll just crank right through. So it's a real nice, light little drill. And most of the time I'll be using smaller drill bits for just pilot holes and stuff like that. No bigger than a 1/2 inch. So and I'm just going to run this down, and you can pretty much see it's a little bit uncomfortable for my hand, but as I've said, that's the problem with all these battery drills. The way they put that switch so that when it's going forward, it's on the left-hand side there. If you're right-handed, there's no problem. It's always pushed in the other way, but when you're left-handed, it's a constant rubbing and pressure problem in that one point. It does have a nice light on it, and just how your hand registers on it. It's a little bit easier if I just put that one finger up and use my other finger to keep the pressure off that little switch. But I'll get used to it. I do with all of them. But just something to watch out for if you're left-handed. Most people don't realize it's a right-handed world. So it does drill good and work good. And, when you register your hand on it, and there you can see that button that pushes through. If you grab it down there, you clear it, but it's kind of hard to keep your hand there the way it registers. So maybe a little rubber pad on there over time will help. But it's really a nice feeling little driver, and same with the drill. It's the exact same grip. I think these will work out good once I kind of get used to them. And like I said, there you can see right-handed, no problem. That button's usually always pushed through, turning in the forward direction and flush on that side. So, it's really easy to use. But left, and when you're reversing, you got the same problem. But you don't reverse them too often. And it's the same on all of them. Here's my Makita that's replacing. You can see I ran into the same problem with that one. Same location and exact same, just kind of getting used to it. And hopefully someday they'll make these so that they're switchable, so you can just change the function on that. The only drill that was truly left and right-handed is this old Makita, my first drill that I ever had with a battery in it, and it had a switch on the back. And I actually still keep this going with some of those cheap Amazon batteries. They still work, and this is the drill that I'll let somebody borrow. That way I don't have to worry if it ever comes back. But anyhow, I just thought I'd give you a first look at these and show you some of the good points and bad points at them. And over time I'll be doing some updates as I get to use them for a while. This time of the year is definitely the time to watch for some Black Friday deals and buy tools like this. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.